This one for Jinx Reacts off the top of the brain. Happy hour first run, we had to drop it insane. Let's go.
Alright everyone, welcome back to Jinx Reacts. I am Gina Winks, and today we are checking out some Patreon requests live for January of 2026. Right now, we will be reacting to Black Sabbath War Pigs from the end, and live. Yeah, the end was like his final tour, is that correct? Classic song. I clearly know it very well, and we believe this is a request from our executive producer Ingo, and we believe that at one point I did react to this, but more so it's not in the archives and it hasn't been released as an upload. So yeah, I at one time have seen this and happily revisiting it as a Patreon request so that we can get it out there on for y'all to watch on YouTube. Ingo says it's the final Black Sabbath tour final concert in Birmingham, England, their hometown. Got it. So this is the final concert of the last tour. Yeah. Well, this is gonna be epic. So, without further ado, Black Sabbath, War Pigs from the end. Let's fucking go. Oh, so cool. I love this. I love Ozzy. And Black Sabbath. Aww, I fucking love it. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Wait, okay, before it continues, before the epicness continues, first of all, let's just appreciate the lighting production right there. And that, so like up here in this area toward the middle, all that truss is what's called, where they hold the lighting, like that's facing the stage. Yeah, that's a badass lighting setup. Just saying. Not that I'm like surprised, but that's fantastic. I like, Gwen said, no bats were harmed during this concert. Nope, that long ago. I love that. Ingo said Tony is the embodiment of badassery. And then Ozzy is just like the most interesting combination of like legendary and in his own way. I don't know. I think he's adorable. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know if it's just like at this age, but like just the way he goes about being on stage and like that big, huge smile, like being in hometown, knowing it's the final concert, knowing he's surrounded by all of these humans that have, that span multiple generations, and some of which who have been listening since the day Black Sabbath started, and some who just were kind of born into it. Yeah. I just love it. I have had the opportunity to get to see him live. It was like the final Ozfest. I think it was the last round of Ozfest they did. I think I've been to two of the Ozfests, and he was there. But I think one as Ozzy and one as Black Sabbath. Crowd is going nuts. Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Okay. I digress. Let's go.
General gathered in their masses. Evil minded plot destruction. In the fields of bodies burning. Death and hatred to mankind. Let me see him, come on, follow me.
Okay, I wanted to stop and just like you saw my like face of like, oh my goodness, the crowd, the energy exchange, Ozzy's like glowing, and he's. Ingo said, I wish I were at this show. The energy in that room must have been insane, right? And then Gwen said, that has to be one of the coolest things, having a venue full of people singing your song back at you. I can't even fucking fathom. I can't even fathom. And we've talked about that before, like, they're putting their energy out there for that exchange. And then for them to receive the energy from that crowd has got to be so incredibly powerful. I know for me it would have so much emotion behind it. And you can tell it does for Ozzy and everyone in that room. Yeah. Ingo said, imagine being on a festival and thinking of yourself, you are a badass guitar player. Then you see Tony in the corner. And then Ingo said, you can see his leather finger, by the way. The leather cap. Yep. I did notice that. Yep.
darkness will stop turning, ashes where the body burning. No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour. Day of judgment, God is calling. On their knees, the war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sin. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Let me see him. Let me see him. Come on.
Okay. Ooh, holy fucking shit. Gwen said, "This is an awesome live performance of this song." And Ingo said, "The best of the latter or the later performances." Chills. Like that entire, since the last time I pressed play. When it was that we listened to, whenever it was that we listened to and watched this, I mean, it's been so long that like I had forgotten. So yeah, thank you, Ingo, for having it as a request here on Patreon to revisit. And it's so, I think it's also intense, at least for me. There have been few things that I have watched regarding Ozzy since he passed away. And yeah, like, so, like, for me, it's like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I don't even have words. That was rough. I remember that day we found out about Ozzy. That was rough news. And this is epic and badass, and they are fucking amazing. Ah. Woo! Yeah. Oh my goodness. There was like a really cool like side view. Wow, yeah. So Ingo said I didn't watch a lot of Ozzy either, so I know what you mean. Yeah. I honestly think this might be the first thing of Ozzy that I've watched since. And it was love on my end. I am grateful. Going to serious energy exchange. And you saw my response to that energy exchange, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Gwen said, why you make Gina cry, Ingo? Ingo said, I am sorry. It wasn't me. It's the energy exchange. It really is. It really is. And I know you were just picking on Ingo. Ingo said it gets me too every time. Yeah. Woo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. I don't have much else to say other than Ozzy, legend, iconic, rest in peace. We love you. You're fucking awesome. And you will never, you will not be forgotten. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, Ingo, for, you know, requesting this. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out, enjoying that with me, whether live or on a replay. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.